Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Okay, now we continue chapter 3, simple interest. Okay, so I just review some formula that we had learned before. Okay, first you need to know the formula of interest, which is I equals to PRT. Okay, then formula number 2 is simple amount formula S. Okay, S, it means that you add P is principal plus by interest, or the formula you can write as PRT, because this one you can substitute as PRT. So another one 1 plus RT. Sebenarnya yang ni, this one you just factorize from this equation. So you can use either P plus I, or P1 plus RT, or P plus PRT. Okay, then this one, to find I, you can use either formula I equals to PRT, or you can also use S minus P. Okay, this one, kalau awak nak guna this formula I equals to S minus P, it means that you need to find S first, this one, and then you minus by principal. Principal ni value yang asal. Okay, so before this, okay, for value of T here, it means that you need to make sure that T is in years. Dia mesti nilai dalam tahun. Okay, so if you are given month, you need to change to years. Okay, which is for example 9 months, so you divide by 12. Okay, so this one dia akan jadi dalam tahun, 9/12. Okay, so it means that you need to make sure that T is always in years. Okay, so this one we have 4 basic concept. Okay, nanti saya terangkan apa maksud 4 basic concept. Okay, this one you have 4 concept, which are exact time, approximate time, ordinary simple interest, and exact simple interest. Okay, so for exact time, the exact number of days between two given dates, consider a leap year. Okay, approximate time, assume a month has 30 days in the calculation of numbers of days. Okay, for ordinary simple interest, use 360 days per year. For exact simple interest, use 365 or 366 days per year. Okay, so when we need to use these 4 basic concept, okay, so let we discuss for example 13. Okay, kita bincangkan example 13. Okay, find the exact time and approximate time for from 2nd January 2015 to 6 August 2015. Okay, sometimes dia bagi dalam bentuk hari. So this one dibagi T dalam bentuk hari, dibagi dari tarikh 2nd January to 6 August. Okay, so apa beza antara yang ni? Konsep number 1 and konsep number 2. Okay, cuba kita tengok beza kat sini. Kalau exact time dengan approximate time. Okay, so this one, kita letak dulu month. Okay, from January to August. So, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay, so we know that bilangan hari, days in January is 31. Okay, 31. But we start with 2nd January. Maksudnya kita start dengan 2 hari bulan Januari. So jumlah hari dalam bulan Januari adalah 31 minus 2. So it is equals to 29. Okay, so this one awak boleh tengok kalender. For February 28, March 31 days, April 30 days, May 31 days, June 30 days, July 31 days, August 6 days. Okay, sebab apa kita ambil 6? Because this one until 6 August. Okay, so yang ni cara kita nak kira untuk exact time. So you can total this one. Okay, so tambahkan jumlah, awak akan dapat exact time. Okay, apa beza dengan approximate time? Okay, exact time ni kalau kita baca balik, the exact number of days between two given dates consider a leap year. Maksudnya awak kena betul-betul tengok bergantung kepada kalender. So kalau maksudnya untuk tahun 2015 Februari ada 28 sebab ada yang tahun lompat kan, ada yang 29 hari, 29 days. So 2015 is 28 days, January dia 31, March 31 and so on. Okay, beza dengan approximate time. Okay, approximate time, this one. Assume a month has 30 days. Maksudnya approximate ni awak just assume semua tu ada 30 hari. Semua bulan, tak kira February, tak kira January. So semua kita assume 30. So it means that for January, since we start with 2nd January, so it means that 30 minus 2. So it is equals to 28. Maksudnya jumlah hari dalam tu adalah 28. Okay, February asalnya 28 kan yang sebenar, tapi bila approximate ni maksudnya just anggaran. So you just put 30. March 30 days, April 30 days, May 30 days, June 30 days, July 30 days and August 6. Okay, 6 maksudnya sebab dia until 6 August. So this one is different between exact time and approximate time. So based on question, kalau dikata nak exact time, maknanya awak kena kira ikut macam ni, cara ni. Kalau dikata nak approximate time, means that awak kena assume semua 30 hari. So ingat konsep yang ni untuk penerangan untuk exact time and approximate time. Okay, so this one. So yang tadi total days is 216. This one for approximate time 214. Okay, so yang ni beza antara exact and approximate. Okay, this one same with this one. Find the exact time and approximate time from 25 February until 10 September. Okay, so for exact time February kalau kita tengok 2016. Okay, nilai the numbers of days in February is 29. So 29 minus 25 equals to 4 because we start with 25. Okay, so March 31, April 30 days and so on, and then September 10 days because this one just until 10 September. Okay, for approximate, okay, semua ni nampak tak? Kita ambil semua 30 days. So the total dia akan beza sikit. This one 198, this one 195. Okay, next we continue with example 15. Okay, discussion on example 15. Okay, RM2000 was invested on 15 February 2012. If the simple interest rate offered was 10% per annum, find the interest received on 28 June 2012 using, okay, tadi kita ada 4 konsep, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, tadi kita ada exact time, ET, and then kita ada approximate time. Okay, then we have exact simple interest, and then kita ada ordinary simple interest. Okay, yang dua ni awak dah faham dah. Yang ni kita tengok yang exact betul-betul the number of days, and then approximate time kita just approximate dia 30 hari. Okay, so nanti saya terangkan dua ni. Okay, first dia suruh kita tengok based on 4 cases. Maksudnya first exact time dengan exact simple interest, and then exact time dengan ordinary simple interest. Dia sebenarnya konsep 1 and 2 ni dia akan partner dengan 3 and 4. Maksudnya mungkin 1 dengan 3, 1 dengan 4, and then 2 dengan 3, 2 dengan 4. So faham tak? Dia bukan konsep yang sama, dia bukan benda yang sama. So 1 dia sama dengan 2, 3 dia akan sama dengan 4. Okay, so dia mungkin boleh tanya ke awak kat sini exact time, exact simple interest. So it means that 1 and 3. Exact time and ordinary simple interest 1 and 4. Okay, approximate time and exact simple interest. Approximate time 2 and 3, and then last one approximate time and ordinary simple interest 2 and 4. Okay, macam mana dia kita nak kira daripada gabungan antara konsep 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, kita tengok dulu solution. First, awak boleh kira untuk exact time and approximate time macam yang kita dah tengok tadi dalam example 13 and example 14. Okay, so since we start with 15 February, so for number of days in February, this one 29 for exact time, because this one we know that 2012, okay, so dia adalah apa ni, tahun lompat kan. Okay, so 29 minus 15 because we start with 15. So the number of days in February is 14, March 31, April 30, May 31, June 28. Okay, for approximate time, we assume that the number of days in all months is 30. So 30 minus 15, so you get here 15. Okay, all the month here is 30, this one is 28. Okay, why 28? Because dia terima interest tu sehingga 28 June. So you just put here 28. Okay, so total number of days for exact time is 134, and then for approximate time is 133. Okay, so kita nak kira, okay, apa kegunaan kat sini. Okay, first exact time and exact simple interest. Exact time dengan exact simple interest. Okay, so dia nak combinekan method 1 dengan method 3. Okay, soalan dia nak find the interest. Okay, dia nak cari interest. So it means that the formula of interest is I equals to PRT. So nampak tak, kita akan gunakan semua formula yang sama, which is I equals to PRT. Okay, RM2000 was invested. Okay, this one is the value of P. Nampak tak, semua ni P, and then rate 10%. Okay, so 0.1. Semua ni sama. I equals to PRT. Sebab semua ni kita nak kira untuk nilai interest. Okay, yang bezanya adalah T. Okay, time sekarang ni biasanya dalam soalan sebelum ni dia bagi time dalam bentuk years terus kan, ataupun month. Macam saya cerita tadi, contohnya dia bagi 9 months, so you just divide by 12, tukar pada years. Okay, since dia bagi dalam bentuk date ataupun tarikh, okay, 15 Februari sehingga 28 Jun, so awak ada dua ni, exact time and approximate time. So kita tengok dulu case number 1, dia guna exact time. So exact time you choose 1, 3, 4. Okay, nampak tak? 1, 3, 4. And then you divide by 3, 6, 6. Why we choose 3, 6, 6? Because we know that for exact simple interest, we assume number of days 365 or 366. Okay, macam mana nak pilih dua ni? Dia bergantung kepada nilai February. Kalau 229, so you choose 366. Kalau 28, you choose 365. So kalau yang ni adalah nilai untuk exact simple interest. Okay, this one nilai for exact time. So it means that T ni dia sebenarnya bergantung pada exact simple interest or exact time or approximate time divide by exact simple interest or ordinary simple interest. So boleh faham untuk kita nak gunakan for basic concept tu. Okay, cuba tengok yang B, exact time dengan ordinary simple interest. Okay, exact time, this one PR sama. Okay, exact time yang ni, sebab kita dah ambil 134, so exact time is 134. And then ordinary simple interest, kalau awak baca balik notes ke atas tu, dia menggunakan 360 days. So apa-apa pun memang guna 360. So this one is exact time, and then this one is ordinary simple interest, 360. So dia akan dapat beza lah sikit. Kalau kat sini RM73.22 your interest. Okay, this one 74.44 for simple interest rate. Interest. Okay, so this one kalau kat sini bila dia combinekan exact time dengan ordinary simple interest, this one kita ada satu konsep yang kita panggil Banker's Rule. So yang ni awak kena hafal. Maksudnya kat sini, kalau soalan tu dikata menggunakan Banker's Rule, so you need to know that you need to use exact time divide by ordinary simple interest. So this one we call Banker's Rule. Okay, kita tengok next, approximate time. Approximate time awak ambil je sebab awak dah kira kat sini. Approximate time, the number of day is 133 and then we divide by exact simple interest. Exact simple interest yang tadi tu, yang ni. Yang ni kita ambil apa? 365 or 366. So kat sini diguna 366 sebab kat sini 29 days. So this one for untuk 4 basic concept. Sama juga yang last one, approximate time ordinary simple interest. Approximate time kita ambil 133 this one, and then ordinary simple interest 360. So dia boleh gabungkan mana-mana 4 basic concept ni, 1, 2 dengan 3, 4. Okay, so based on question maknanya awak kena pilih lah yang mana satu yang sesuai. Okay, so you can try to solve next example. Okay, kira sama juga. Yang ni sama juga dengan yang saya tunjuk sebelum ni. Kita ada 4 basic concept and then kira tengok gabungan dia. Kat sini exact time, exact simple interest. Yang ni exact time, ordinary simple interest and so on. So try to solve A, B, C, D.